Hey everybody. Check. Looks like sound volume's good. Getting set up here. I popped in the queue and it popped pretty fast. And I'm playing some people I don't know much. And I have a lot of good cards. So it'll be interesting here. I'm curious about who we're playing here. Not played much, not very good. Played a lot. Not terrible, but not great. Played a lot, not good. So this looks like a pretty easy win, but not always guaranteed. Gotta take Big Country. I think Milk Jug's very good. I think Mining Hammer's very good. Whatever I get on the wheel's not very good. What you take with Big Country is tricky. I think it might just be Conjure. A little bit of food, a little bit of wood, and a little bit of grain goes quite a far ways. Roof Baluster and House Steward are very good for big houses. Priest can be good for a lot. So, I mean, first picking Conjure is kind of lame. But it's hard to make these guys work with Big Country. So I think I am just Conjuring. Grocer and Childless. Wow, okay. I mean, it's got to be Childless. Childless is stupidly good. Grocer is also very good with Big Country. But I think I try to just run the Childless life, right? I try to hope for 3 wood, 1 reed in round 1, and then just take more wooded reeds, set up early Childless, and then go into Big Country. Strawberry Patch is probably a pick here. I love the extra points. With Childless, it's relatively easy to get the veg. With Big Country, I'm supposed to get the fields anyhow. So I think it's got to be take these cards. If I get a Sleeping Corner, I'd be really tempted this draft to just do the full Big Country line, though. I haven't run a 2-room Big Country in a while, and it is very good. But we'll see what else we get in the draft. Small Scale Farmer could work if I'm willing to drop the Childless. But yeah, I don't know yet. Lot of strong cards thus far. A lot of strong cards. You'd hope that Teal like first picked a Tiller out of this pack. I mean, outside of Grocer and Childless, the only picks you should take are probably Plow Driver or Tiller. Plow Driver when you see a groove, maybe, but getting past Childless always feels good. Yeah, I mean, these players are not good. I mean, this game should be pretty easy. These two have played like a lot and are rated still like 100, which means they just lose a lot. Like they are very not good. Wow, there is a Scholar. So the first pick Plow Driver seems unlikely. If you pick Plow Driver early, I'm doubting your Scholar in. I think here I gotta just take the Mantelpiece. I'm not sure I'm gonna red Mantelpiece early. But having a Mantelpiece option to like red with early is also a fine source of point ceiling. Like I have so much points in these cards and alternative ways to score. Animal Dealer could be okay, but I probably am not going to have the actions to justify playing it. I doubt I'm going to want to play Scholar, but given that I have seen a Groom, I don't really need to pick Scholar just to block Groom, but I think Scholar is just the strongest card. So I think I'm just going to take it and remove it from anybody else's options. I doubt I play Scholar myself this game with everything I'm seeing. There's no reason to Scholar. I like Butter Churn. Butter Churns should be some pretty good food if I can fence early. Pond Hunt could also be okay, but only if it times out well, and it's much less clear it's going to time out well. Bread Paddle's an okay way to bake some extra at times, but I don't know if I'm going to be baking with Childless or not. So I think I do this. And then the rest of these cards is tricky. Like Firewood Collector is a reasonable support for Big Country. But I don't know when I have the time for it. Seasonal Worker I definitely don't have time for. Storehouse Keeper also seems wrong here because I'm not going to... Yeah, I guess it's Firewood Collector. The Roof Baluster came back and the Mining Hammer came back. Wow. Okay. I gotta just take the Roof Baluster out. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but I could skip on Big Country this game and run a really fine Childless into like Scholar, Mantelpiece, Mining Hammer, Roof Baluster type line, and just ignore Big Country, or play a really late Big Country. I also kind of like Organic Farmer quite a bit with Fences and Mining Hammer, but like I don't think that's my. I think Roof Baluster is just too good to pass, especially in a House Steward game. I don't want somebody else to have that. In case I run Scholar, I guess I take Groom. I mean, I have 2 stables coming off Mining Hammer, but maybe it's a Scholar thing. Childless means I should have my veggies, so I'll take the Drinking Trough just in case I need more capacity. I mean, but yeah. Just a reliable 1 food and 2 points. No pastor with Childless. Indeed, indeed. Mining Hammer is one of your favorite miners, as it should be. Mining Hammer's good, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with Mining Hammer. The only thing is like it's not like there was it's not clear this hand wants to Reno twice, so like I'm not sure I'm gonna use Mining Hammer, but I do want to run Childless, so I'm hoping for 3 wood. If I don't get 3 wood, Reedstone Food 1 reed can work. Somebody did keep the House Steward, so there's probably some big big stuff going on, but I really want 3 wood. This is bad. I mean, again, like, so look, my opponents aren't great, but don't play Harpooner first action, everybody. Like, you can get Harpooner down later. Like, you don't have wood yet. You're not gonna fish. Like, you don't need to first action Harpoon. But I also don't love Harpooner. Like, you just read Stone Food. But we get a tutor. That's fine. I don't. People can Ock a bunch right now. I need to Ock in like round 3. I take 3 wood. This helps. This helps just get like a guaranteed Childless. Guaranteed Childless should be very good. At a table with weak players, just building the first room tends to have lots of value. It tends to mean you get to like just grow first for very little effort. All of that sounds very good to me. If I could just kind of get away with that, and then we're gonna kind of see what the mid game is like. I'm tempted possibly by like a Reno Mantelpiece line. That's reasonably good here. I'm tempted by the Big Country line. I don't have great feeding, so the Big Country is helpful in that. I do think this is a game where I just want to build a hearth. So trying to get 4 clay to just build the hearth early is also going to be reasonable. Wow, we get plow instead of Reedstone Food. If I wheel Reedstone Food, by the way, hilariously good. I don't expect it. I shouldn't get it. I mean, as usual, bad players, though, don't take Reedstone Food highly enough, and I don't know why. Plowing seems very wrong, but this is also why like I don't like Harpooner. Like Reedstone Food is just better than Harpooning, but I mean Red gets free Harpooner and Reedstone Food, so I mean why would they have done anything else? I could take 2 wood here and hope to get 2 reed, but that's pretty risky. I think I just take the 1 reed, and then I hope to like get Reedstone Food and wood next round, but I'll just play it safe. You got Reedstone Food, reed into 3 wood, 2 wood. Yep, sometimes that works. I could have gone for that here, but I think at a table with weaker players, there's no need to be risky. You're playing Childless right now. Your issue is sometimes you just never get Reedstone Food. Yeah, but you don't need Reedstone Food with Childless. I mean, it depends on what else you're trying to do in the game, right? Red's getting crazy value here, by the way, because Purple's doing pretty bad actions. Taking a grain and plowing early is very dubious. I'm not sure what they're doing, but you're always taking 3 wood, 1 reed, 3 wood, 1 reed, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, Deranged. There's nothing wrong with that. The House Steward gets played, so we are in a House Steward game. People are gathering room parts annoyingly fast here, by the way. It just doesn't feel good not to get Reedstone Food. Look, I agree. Taking tons of Reedstone Food is secret to happy life, right? But I don't love the fact that Red might get Reedstone Food here again because Purple's doing terrible things, but I think I just take 3 wood. The main reason I feel like I take 3 wood here is because I can always get 1 reed back, but if I take Reedstone Food, it's possible I don't get 2 wood. And that's pretty bad, although free Ock is still there. If I take Reedstone Food, I can either get Childless 3 wood or 2 wood. The only way Reedstone Food is bad is if it goes Ock, Wood, Wood, which it could happen. I just got to take 3 wood. It's way safer. I'm always going to get 1 reed back. And just having the first room this game and playing Childless in round 3 is going to be very good. Purple is going to play an Ock. I think that means red is just getting Reedstone Food. Red maybe harpoons instead. I don't know. The disrespect to Reedstone Food is annoying in this game. I do wish I could have just taken Reedstone Foods and wood, but it's way too risky, so. Can we wheel Reedstone Food? Possibly. There was a chance we reeled Reedstone Food, because it did go Harpooner, and then, but Teal wisely took it. The disrespect to Reedstone Food is painful here, but it looks like Red's probably going to get wood to open next round, so I'm going to have to first action build and then hope to wheel Ock, which is not going to be guaranteed because these players are playing quite a few Ocks. Wow, Assistant Tiller and manually plowed a field in round 1. Also, oof, I passed a seasonal worker. Okay, so when you pass a seasonal worker and assistant tiller, watching that player take plow and grain in round 1 is, whew, let me tell you, that's a good feeling. Because that is such a waste of the efficiency they could have later this game. So happy with that. If red opens wood here, I have to build. I need the first room. Playing assistant tiller before seasonal also seems wrong if you have both, because it is. It is. Red takes the clay. It is late sheep, so there is food pressure. Teal's gonna start player. That's good. I like Teal being first. I like having earlier actions next round, and I like red not always being start. Junk room, don't like. Just build the first fireplace, even though sheep are late. I mean, I guess junk room's fine, but I am gonna free Ock Childless here. Then at least I get the free Ock Childless into build room. I mean, this is what you want with this opening. I mean, I sacrificed just a little bit of value by skipping Reedstone Foods and stuff, but yeah, this looks good. The one thing I maybe should have done is, no, I shouldn't have done anything. This is fine. Here comes the seasonal worker. I mean, great combo, so lots of efficiency, but opening first round with plow and grain definitely slows you down. Also, setting up this combo before you build and grow. I'm not gonna, like, again, I think people set up day labor combos way too early and use them too early. Like, it's fine, but the real strength of day labor combos is having a big family and having great last actions. So I just don't think there's a lot of value here. Also, like, nobody taking Reedstone Food again, by the way. Absolute disrespect. Like, I mean, Teal should Reedstone Food here and then open next round with wood. If I could open next round with traveling, that's really cool. If I could play conjure next round and take traveling, it's also pretty cool, but that's probably too greedy. We'll see where I'm at. I might just take like Reedstone Food for clay next round or something if I'm allowed to. That'd be pretty good. Teal chooses to take the wood instead of Reedstone Food. I think that's a mistake, but anyhow, we just get away with the early, easy, childless life. Nothing wrong with a big childless game. We're hoping for late growth, but if early growth happens, so be it. But in a house steward game, late growth should be amazing for me. People are going to overbuild rooms. Harpooner wants big house. So my game, I think, is just a lot better if it's late growth. Purple does have incredible efficiency also with their stuff, so they kind of like late growth, but I think purple's just, misplaying this by a lot. I mean, purple is going to get to sow a lot of crops is one option that they'll at least have, but anyhow, I'll start with grain veg. It doesn't really matter, or not grain veg, grain food, but Do I still like Roof Baluster with only 3 rooms? Roof Baluster's fine with 3 rooms, right? There's nothing wrong with Roof Baluster. Wow, Scullery from Teal on start player again. That's pretty weak. Like just repeatedly spamming start players here is pretty bad, but I'm happy to just stay start. Even if red builds a room here, I still could just get the first growth next round. Um, what do I even want here? I mean, 4 food is good, Reedstone food is good, but I think it has to be take 4 wood, right? I have big country in hand. I can try to rush the fences. 4 wood's a great action. Like, also there kind of is enough food in the game now. I mean, the day laborer's been injecting tons of food. The harpooner has tons of food, and the Scullery junk room kind of has food. So like, I think I just wheel traveling here. And even if I don't wheel traveling, I mean, look, there's 4 clay, there's 3 wood, there's 4 food, there's Reedstone food. I kind of like all of them. Taking Reedstone food and taking the clay is kind of fun. If Reno flips, just Redding Mantelpiece also like feels reasonably good here. So 4 wood will never not be a good action. I mean, exactly, Rilo, right? Like it's just taking 4 wood just can't be wrong. Like 4 clay does get taken by purple. That's a little bit sad because again, I kind of do want a clay action because I don't know what my long-term food is. It might need to be a hearth. Red does build a room. Makes sense. Although there was no pressure on building the room, nobody else could build there. Teal does just take Reedstone food. Makes a ton of sense. I think this is pretty clear. Just take 4 food for me then. There's not a lot else to do. I mean, there's 3 wood, but yeah, I think 4 food's a good action for me. It's really going to make my stage 2 a lot easier. I mean, starting to plow is a fine option too, but I'd be pretty happy if growth flips in round 5. I mean, childless running longer is great, but just getting the first growth and then being able to start rushing towards big country with extra actions should be pretty strong. If growth doesn't happen, I think it's also okay. Teal will probably build a room, red will probably start player, and I'll just fall into the growth queue. I'll be kind of late, but I have childless going, so like whatever. What is purple doing? Purple's playing an animal tamer and getting a grain. I mean, purple's just not doing good things. This might be hearth for red, but yeah, it is hearth. So I also don't like red taking the hearth. I mean, partly because I wanted hearth, partly because you have a harpooner. Like, what are you doing with a hearth, right? Like, you don't need a hearth for food. I think that's such a waste of resources. But hey, Prohel. We do get Reno, so I am kind of sad that I didn't take Reedstone food for clay, but that might just be what I do this round, right? I take 4 clay, hope to like wheel Reedstone food. Oh, there's also 6 wood. Oh my god. I mean, Teal takes 6 wood, but why is there 6 wood? Like, why build Hearth and leave 6 wood? Like, oh god, I should just start player more when there's bad players, right? But when your feeding is too good, yeah. I mean, look, his feeding's gonna be great, so congrats to him. Like, I think do I just take reed? I need to. I guess I take Reedstone food and hope for 4 clay. It's just God. People take way too much clay, and then I don't ever get clay, and nobody's been taking Reedstone food. I don't know the right answer. I probably take the 4 clay. I guess. I'm guessing red start players. Teal or purple has shown no interest in Reedstone food, but they have taken 4 clay for reasons I don't understand. There's also a 3 reed action, which has to be good for somebody. I also could just play Firewood Collector and start plowing. That's tough. Should I just rush the big country? Am I going to get enough wood to rush big country? Do I rush Mantelpiece and delay big country? If I play Mantelpiece, am I willing to give up the Scholar Groom stuff? I think so. I don't know how to pivot here. Or not pivot. I don't know what the right pass is. Yeah, I agree, Rilo. It actually is hard. Like, I think I do better against the players that are better, right? Because I know much more what's going to happen. These bad players, it's much harder, and things get thrown around a lot more. I think I'm going to take 4 clay here, oddly enough. I really do think that possibly food or reno is what I'm going to need this for. Is this actually going to be fireplace from purple? They can sometimes stumble into a monster game. Yeah, that's what's so dangerous, right? Like they can sometimes stumble into a monster game partly because they just get good actions and they get fed like the right things. Like, okay, purple is rethinking that. I mean, I think purple building a fireplace here is just such a waste. I mean, purple's game is just bad because purple's not fighting rooms enough. Like purple's a mile behind the room queue. You can't. Purple might take Reedstone food just so they can build the clay oven. The clay oven's very good for purple, so that's actually could be a problem for me. I also maybe I am gonna regret this. Plowing is very good with childless early because you could get like I could get a monster sow action at the end of stage 2. I probably should just plow on the wheel. If I get Reedstone food, I probably will take that and just go for the quick mantelpiece line. But yikes, there's a lot of value the more I think about it in terms of just plowing a bunch here. Wow, don't start player. God damn it, purple. No, don't start for red, for fuck's sake. Uh, so bad. What are you start playing for? To play a herring pot to take the fish? Like, red's just gonna fish on you. Red has a harpooner. Yeah, that was the easiest fish ever. I mean, whatever. I probably wasn't growing first anyhow, but don't help the player grow. Don't start player to help somebody else grow first. Just don't do it. Don't do it, everybody. I'm also last, like, on a table where people are taking terrible actions. Like, ugh. Whatever. I get mantelpiece off. Like, whatever. But I should not. I should not play some of these arena tables because this is so frustrating. Like, I really should try to just play against strong players more often because these players just don't know how they're throwing the game. I mean, more day laborers here from purple is just so weak. Like, you're taking so many early day labor actions, and yeah, you're getting all your you're getting all your fields, and you're getting all your crops. So there's a lot of efficiency there, but you have no rooms. Like, what's your future? Like, what you have no resources. You've taken nothing. Like, all of the good actions are just like purple's playing the worst game, and it's kind of frustrating because it's just handing so much value down the table. Woodcutter harpooner is good. Let's hope growth doesn't flip. Oh, good, it is late growth. Okay, well, so this is a huge break for me. Late growth with childless, very strong. I have huge point ceiling here with a big mantelpiece. Um, my game's turning out very good still because late childless is just so strong, and the woodcutter harpooner is going to be very slowed down by late growth. So, would I ever consider delaying the mantelpiece to Redwood Stone? Some games. Scholar seems like it'll provide really good value. I don't think so. Why is Scholar going to be good for me? Am I going to start to grow? I will absolutely start to grow. Sorry. I will start to grow if I'm allowed to. I just assume that red is smart enough not to let me. And indeed, they are. Red is preventing me from doing that. I shouldn't assume these things, right? Why should I assume? Teal's probably going to double build here. That's fine by me. I don't care. Um, Mini pasture injects a bit more wood into the game. That's fine. It looks like there's a lot of extra wood now, and so be it. Maybe I get 6 wood at the start of next round in a dreamy world. Doesn't seem super likely, but we can hope. Um, it does mean that I'm giving up mining hammer here because I'm just gonna reno mantelpiece this round. Wow, teal doesn't build. Okay. Well, I guess there's no pressure for teal to build. Is teal gonna try to triple build? Like, I don't understand. Uh, God, I'm dreaming for the 6 wood, but I think it's unlikely. But I'm gonna hope. I think I'm just ready the mantelpiece this round. I don't think setting up Scholar actually has much value this game. What am I gonna do with Scholar? I'm gonna play Groom and play a miner or two. Like, I actually don't think Scholar provides me much value with this hand. Um, so I think just dropping a 5-point mantelpiece here is really good. So I will do that. But I can do that next action. So what do I do here? Am I just plowing? It's very possible I'm supposed to just plow and start getting room for crops pretty soon. I'm probably not actually getting a stage 2 sow action. Taking 3 wood is also very defensible, but I think I at least get 4 wood next round. Maybe. Teal really should just double build so that they can start player to grow next. But Teal's also is a pretty bad player. Okay, Purple finally figured out they need it. Purple finally figured out they need wood in order to build and grow. Purple also played this animal tamer. They haven't sowed yet, and they played an animal tamer and could have taken the sheep. Wow. Okay, I mean, red needs to take wood too. So remember my whole wood dreams? That was nonsense. I thought for sure red was taking the sheep here. Red taking the sheep seems amazing. Like, right? You have a mini pasture. You get breeding sheep. Again, I mean, they have so much food. Wow, wall builder from Teal. So Teal might be trying the start build, which, I mean, I'll let them get away with. But wall builder's really bad, guys. Like, you don't play wall builder here. Like, you don't. But whatever. Mantelpiece is pretty, pretty monstrous. Nothing wrong with that. I'm getting all my crops from childless still. My game's good. The wood is a little tight. I will take another veg food here. I'm trying to not eat my crops, I guess, is what it looks like. Although maybe I should be eating my grain to feed this game. But I'm going to try to take another veg to just set up for the strawberry patch option later. Red's going to grow. The sheep stack is also going to go to red, which is it is kind of annoying. I mean, red's going to get the first sheep grab, the first growth. It's going to be pretty good. I might just get second growth, though, and still have childless going with a mantelpiece. Like, my game's not bad either. Teal probably should start builds. No, Teal... Okay, so Teal's... I'm supposed to just start player to grow, but I kind of want to get greedy and see if I even have to. That 4 clay is very confusing to me. Like, what does Teal need for that? It's a little dangerous to... it's a little dangerous not start player in here, but I kind of just want to take 3 wood, right? Just take 3 wood and then start player if I need to. And the risk is that purple start players. And why would purple start player? I don't know, but purple also start player to herring pot. That made no sense. Red could also just start player, even though I think red should take the sheep, right? I just think there's little risk, except there is risk at a bad table because they will do bad things. So purple is last, so they might do it with their second action. You think we should probably SP second? I mean, I probably should have start player there, right? Or you think I should start player second action? Well, Deranged, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Teal builds, I will start player, right? But the whole point is I'm waiting to see if Teal builds or not. I mean, Teal should have start player there, or he should have built. I don't understand why Teal takes 4 clay. I don't understand why 3 clay goes either, though, to be fair. Like, everybody's doing, again, actions I don't fully understand. Red's food is amazing. Everybody else's food is iffy. My food's going to be iffy after a while. Teal start players. See, Teal's, yeah. This is what we get. We were trying to get lucky because people are playing bad, so we were trying to high roll, and we're getting away with it. Teal has a carpenter's parlor, is my guess, and he's gonna play carpenter's parlor. Wall builder is terrible with carpenter's parlor, by the way, because you can build so many rooms at once. But this looks like a carpenter's parlor from Teal. A very late carpenter's parlor where he's gonna triple build and probably never should have played wall builder, but. I'm going to get very lucky here because, yeah, I will get the next growth without having to have start playered for it. So I could just plow here. That was one of the best bad player reads I've done. I mean, I didn't know for sure what was happening. It's just like, wow, it's 3 field rotation. It's not Carpenter's Parlor. Okay, well, I think Teal is just trying really hard to triple build. Teal's probably going to open next round with 4 wood. And then triple build, which is fine. I don't care. I'm presumably just going to grow with butter churn. My fencing's looking a little tough to hit big country in. I'm not sure I'm going to hit big country in stage or in round 9, which is really the ideal, but I don't see how that's going to happen. Wow, purple is fence. Okay, purple. I was gonna say purple is fencing and then undoes it, but purple really should take 2 read. Are they gonna finally sow? Sowing is also very defensible, but yikes. Stage 11 big country. Well, not state. God, I hope not stage 11. But hopefully round 10 big country is round 10 is kind of what I'm aiming for. But I might have to take a food action in
I might need to take a food action in order to get through this round, but we'll see. Uh, I mean, regardless, again, I have tremendous value out of Childless this game. I mean, my game's pretty, and I have big mantle piece. I still should get a pretty good big country. It's a late growth game. Having a pretty farm with mantle piece and big country is going to be pretty good. Uh, we'll see how it goes. There is a lot of other stuff still up in the air. I think Teal's going to open with 4 wood here, and go for the triple build, which gives me an action to probably just take 3 wood. Um, we'll see. Yeah, Teal is going to go for the triple build. That's fine. It's obviously a huge mistake, but it does mean that there's a lot of wood pressure on fencing. So I think I just take 3 wood here. I'm not even sure I should play Butter Churn on growth, but I probably should. But God, the wood is tight. But at the same time, again, like this is fairly convenient. I have not had to start player at all this game. I've just been able to take good actions. I haven't got gifted a ton of things, except, I mean, I'm getting gifted second growth for 0 effort. So there is that. And Red's got first growth, but is Red, I mean, Red has great food, but is Red particularly ahead here? I mean, Red has, he's also harpooning, has incredible food, but has like no resources, right? Like, I mean, maybe he has a grocer to pay off all that food. There was a grocer in the draft, and I don't think Teal took it. Or not Teal. I don't think Purple took the grocer. Um, so Red probably does have a grocer at least, which is a nice help. But also, like you played sack cart, like what? Like I don't think that makes a ton of sense when you have a grocer grain. It's fine, but anyhow, it is a triple build at once. The wall builder is very weak. He played a wall builder in like round 8 in order to put a food on these rounds. Like it's just such a long time to get that food back. Like in the abstract, taking a 4 food action is not a problem, right? But the problem is the problem with taking a 4 food action in like round, it's not even 4 food immediate. It's like dribbles of food later. And the whole problem with a lot of these cards is like you're trying to figure out how to invest your resources best. Um, Purple start player in here makes no sense, by the way. I don't know what it's a thick forest. I mean, I guess it makes enough sense. What else are they supposed to do? But uh, downstream 3 wood is, I guess it's their best action. They're in a terrible spot. They have no food either. They should be taking Reedstone food here, or they should be taking 3 stone. God, never mind. I lied. Purple taking 3 stone and building the stone oven is so much better for them than start playing thick forest. But you know they don't know that. They just see a card and they're getting use out of it. But yeah, red getting 3 stone there is kind of sad. That's much better for purple. Me being last next round also looks bad. I'm not sure I'm gonna get. I'm not sure I'll get plow or wood next round, and I really would like. I actually might just first pick plow anyhow. Plowing and sowing next round, and even just eating a couple raw crops might be okay. Um, Taking wood would be nice. I guess there is 5 food on traveling players. I'm not opposed to that. Um, I don't. I would like 3 wood. I'd like plow. I'd like sow. Oh, okay. Purple's gonna first build, so I will get wood. Red probably takes wood. Teal has to grow. I get a wood action. 13 is not enough wood to fence though. I kind of do want 16 wood this game though. I'd like to fence 15 and then still play Strawberry Patch. So I mean, taking 3 wood and then trying to get 3 more wood next round is the right number. But yeah, I'm not even sure I'm gonna get a round 10 big country. It probably is like more like a round 11 big country at this point, but even around 11 big country, 6 food, 3 points, and a start player around 11 is really convenient. And I still have the 5-point mantle piece chilling on my farm too, so like I'm getting value. Clay keeps getting taken. I mean, do I somehow get 3 wood and 3 wood this round? I mean, maybe. Uh, Teal grows. Red might. I don't know how red's feeding. Oh, we get a mini pasture. Okay, well that changes things. I still need to take a wood action, but now mini pasture is a guaranteed wood action. But I also don't have the food for it, but mini pastures getting planted is a little like there are animals piling up and nobody really wants them because there's only one hearth in the game. But I mean, people can throw them into their pastures. Well, also there's an animal tamer, but yeah, I just can't use it. It takes 5 food here. Uh, yeah, this is pretty sad. Purple, if purple took the stone and then just like renovated stone oven here, oh my god, like how good is their game? Like how much better is their game? Here comes the well from red, presumably. Uh, red getting the well is a good way to help leverage, uh, growing first. The resources still kind of suck. It does look like I'm just going to wheel 3 wood here, and I might just take 3 wood instead of worrying about mini pasture. 3 wood gives me a decent chance at last action plow, eat a raw grain, and then next round plow fence and play big country in round 10 still. Day labor from teal is really sad. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm gonna plow here though, because I can always last action sow. Red probably will take the wood, but sowing here is pretty nice for me still. Red does not take the wood. Okay, so now new question. Should I sow anyhow? Oh, but sowing puts the big country back? See, part of the advantage of sowing here is that the crops are going to come off in time for the final round, so I could potentially use them to feed. My feeding is still pretty bad. I don't have food figured out for the rest of the game. The animals are piling up though, so maybe it is just take wood and fence because, God, there's going to be huge animal piles. I don't know if I can get them, but I guess it's tough because I want to take wood and then I want to like just big country. Eating a raw grain here is fine though. Like just take 3 wood. Next round I should get plow, fence, and hopefully big country. I mean, it's possible I get blocked on the big country, but do we need to take the wood here? Well, so that's what I'm trying to go through the math, right, Deranged? The reason I have to take wood here is because that means I can get around 10 big country. Fencing 12 big seems fine. Oh, God, no. No, 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 no. All right, I'm taking this wood. Fencing 12 big is not fine. That's wasting a whole action to fence again later. Like, I can't do that. Also, I forgot Drinking Trough is in my hand still, but Drinking Trough is going to be pretty good because I might run out of capacity. I don't think fencing 12 big is fine at all. Mini pasture later? That doesn't. Mini pasture won't work with big country. You can't fence inside pastures. Also, I love the fact I have 16 wood and my opponents have none, right? I mean, like, how can you not like the fact that you have 16 wood and your opponents have 0? Like, that seems pretty good. So, cows do not flip, which is a little bit of a bummer. I was hoping to see cows here. I'm not sure I'm gonna get any animals if I do fence this route. Well, yeah, I'm not sure I'm getting any animals anytime soon, which is a bit of an issue. But although Acorn's basket, I mean, that kind of means that maybe purple's not going to care about taking the boar. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if teal start players just to guarantee they grow. I mean, I'm hoping teal's not. I'm hoping nobody's starting this round. Red just takes the big wood pile. Makes tons of sense. I'm gonna plow if I'm allowed to. More clay for teal is people are taking really bad clay actions lately, in my opinion too. Like, why is everybody taking 3 clay and 4 clay grabs? I mean, 4 clay is okay, but 3 clay is weak. But you think I misunderstood? You thought I might be able to get big country out earlier by skipping the wood action. but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get Big Country out this round, although Major Minor just got taken for the other Hearth, which actually maybe is what Teal was fighting for. All these players want to build a Hearth and take animals, but Purple can't take animals. I mean, we're hoping Start Player doesn't get taken. Start Player might get taken this round, in which case my Big Country gets delayed, but then I might get an animal grab. So, admittedly, like, sheep for stuff and then just Start Player next round is pretty good too, right? Like, if I get blocked on Big Country this round, it presumably means I get an animal grab, and then I just Start Player Big Country for still 3 points is fine. Animal pair might be, well, the hope is that I can Start Player into it for sheep or for boar, right? Like, I'm going to be the last action here, and I probably do get a big animal stack at the start of next round is really the hope. I'm hoping that's what I can get away with. I think it's reasonably likely, but we'll see. I feel like as long as I get Start Player Big Country here and then I can take a huge animal pile, I mean, and then I can also sow next round, looks pretty good. I'm at 24 already. I have a 4-point sow action just chilling. I have a 4-point Big Country action chilling, and I have several animal grabs, which are all 2 points. I'm on a clear path to like at least 40. If I can feed. My feeding is bad. I have food from Big Country, but then it's not good. Red's gonna take the boar. Red's ate all his sheep here. He's gonna take 3 boar. That's huge. If Teal doesn't take the sheep though, I get 4 sheep, which butter churn will be actually pretty big. So you have a huge affinity for Start Player in round 11. You just love getting first dibs in round 12. Yeah, I think people overvalue that, right? That's my main argument. People care about that too much. The fireplace goes. There's huge pressure on these sheep, but I'm going to get a 4 sheep action because I just Start Player Big Country here. I'm the last action, and then I just open next round with the sheep. There's nothing else on this board I'm even going to be tempted by, which is fantastic. So, yeah, this worked out quite well. Love getting a huge sheep grab, so. The board policed itself. It did. The board policed itself. It's good. My game is looking sick. Giving up the Scholar looks like the right choice. You think it's instructive how I chose to ditch certain parts of my hand? Thanks. I'm glad. Yeah. I mean, choosing what parts of your hand and stuff to ditch is really tricky, right? Like, I think that's one of the hardest things for a lot of players to learn is to just, like, I mean, like Purple, right? They played a thick forest, but that downstream wood is not as good if they had just taken the stone earlier and built stone oven. Like, I think they just much, yeah, they're fishing here. Like, it's just so inefficient compared to a stone oven. Like, they're just missing out on a lot of stuff. And it's easy to get distracted by your cards sometimes. Trying to just figure out how to maximize your cards is, yeah, not trivial. So, what would be really sick, by the way, is if I can sow here and then Start Player the strawberry patch and actually get 3 food out of it. 2 wood actions are going. I mean, my opponents are just dying here. I mean, Red's, I think, the only one that's competitive with me. Red's game's reasonably good. But, I mean, I'm at 31. This is 35. I mean, I'm at 35 in round 11. Like, I have a 4-point Big Country, a 5-point Mantelpiece, a full farm with crops. I mean, it's going to be very hard for any of them to beat me. But if I can Start Player Strawberry Patch here, get right to 37, and have food, if cultivation flips, it's worse. But I might get 2 boar or 2 cows. Exactly deranged. I'm Start Playing into something like 2 cows, 2 boars, or growth. I mean, if I hit growth, it's super sick. But or 4 stone. Yeah, I mean, actually, I could still get the stone oven. It's not crazy for me to take the 3 stone here. Instead, if I don't get Start Player, taking 3 stone and trying to build a stone oven next round is a way to help solve my feeding. It eats a couple of my grain points, which is a little sad, but like, again, how am I feeding, guys? I don't, it is a little problematic. I mean, butter churn's gonna help a little. The strawberry patch legitimately would help a little, which is why I'd like to go for that line. But, yeah, I mean, my food's gonna slightly hurt me, but I mean, nobody's Start Playing, so I think I am gonna get away with Strawberry Patch here. And then 2 cows is actually pretty sweet next round too for butter churn reasons. Maybe I can just feed off of trickles of shit. You keep being in the middle of the game when I stream, so you miss the start. You'll catch the VOD. Have a good one. Yeah, hey Wonderboat, thanks. Yeah, I mean this game's bad. I mean these games. This game has lots of bad players. So there's some instructive parts, and then there's some just people are not doing great things. But here comes out the Strawberry Patch. I don't know if I've actually played Strawberry Patch for 3 food very recently. So but yeah, I mean, most of my feeding for the next stage is done. I have 2 food for this harvest, plus 2 more food from churn. So yeah, like I'm actually basically fed for. I am basically fed now for this harvest. So it's really just the last harvest that's going to be a little tight. You were in the middle of the game too. One player took 29 minutes, so you just opened the stream. Nice. Hopefully, I'm not too distracted. But Red's game looks pretty good. He at least fenced here. But yeah, I mean, my opponents are just too far behind, which again, this game probably was always going to be mine just because my opponents were going to make mistakes. Red really kind of got screwed by late growth. Teal's game, he has a loom here, but I mean, Teal like is never going to fence, never going to plow in time. I mean, he's growing his family late. It's just building 3 rooms. Building 3 rooms with no discounts in a late growth game is pretty killer. We'd love to see growth flip here. Growth is always the best, but honestly, I'm pretty happy to take 2 cows. 2 cows is 4 points and 2 food. That's really good compared to, I mean, 3 points, but it costs me 4 food, but it does give me 2 more actions. So like, it still has to be worth it, but my food is not great. Although there are a bunch of stone actions chilling. I still love the stone oven line. Although keeping the clay for drinking trough is kind of nice. Although maybe I could get a 4 wood action for stables. No, I'm never getting 4 wood though. Who am I kidding, right? I'm never getting a 4 wood action. This table's way too wood starved. These guys are going to be fighting for wood actions. Like they're going to be taking 2 wood actions. Plowsow does flip. I'm a little sad about Plowsow flipping, but I'm honestly not that sad. I definitely wanted growth, but like the cows really help solve my feeding because of butter churn. This makes my decision easier. Yeah. Well, I look again. Also, like again, we're talking about this game. I'm at 40. I'm breeding 2 more points. I'm actually at 42 with 8 actions left. I'm mostly fed now. Like, I mean, I might get the boar anyhow, because, well, Teal probably takes the boar, but it's not clear. Like, red doesn't take the boar. So, like, I could wheel the boar here. I could wheel the boar and just start player drinking trough into family growth, potentially. I mean, we'll see. That seems very unlikely, but Plowsow goes to red. That's pretty sick. I mean, purple doesn't need Plowsow, admittedly, so yeah. We'll see what Teal does here. I mean, I might get the boar. Even if I don't get boar, I get 4 stone. I mean, 4 stone in the stone oven is still actually very fine for my game too. Okay, I don't get the boar. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take 4 stone and aim for the stone oven. And I don't need to play drinking trough anymore because I can just breed to my 4 cows and I'll just have 1 house pig. Is the game plan now. So I don't need to worry about stables. I don't need to worry about drinking trough. So I'm angling for the stone oven now. The stone oven will solve my feeding. It will cost me 1 point of grain, but I can live with that. Red is just going to do a huge so bake here. Bake a lot of their grain for 3 food. That's fine. They have plenty of room. Again, I mean, purple's too far out of this. I mean, I think red's too far out too, right? I'm at 40. I mean, like, this game's sick. Red looks like the biggest competition of the yeah, that's kind of what I was just saying. I don't think there's competition, right? I mean, even if red can take stone here and red out of stone. Red can take some more animals. Red can plow, but like he has about the same number of actions as me, and he's 18 points behind. Like what's he doesn't have any clear things that's good. Oh, he doesn't have sleeping corner. He does get to 5 family members. I can't do that necessarily, but although will red open with growth next round, right? Red has no real reason to open with grow because of sleeping corner, and teal is going to be at 5 anyhow. So I agree, Derage. I think I'm just getting gifted growth next round anyhow. I agree with your read. I build stone oven here. Stone oven and bake my grain. Solves my feeding issue. I might be able to re-sow some grain in the final round for points because my veggies are going to come off in time. So I'll harvest grain and possibly be able to replant it for a 2-point action in the final round, which will be pretty sweet. The stone oven is good points. 3-point 3-point card was the best card left. The clay oven is still around too. I could potentially take a 3 clay grab and just build the clay oven at some. Although that's pretty weak. That's 2 actions for 2 points. I am running low on ways to make points. Grow is points. Bore is points. Resowing grain is points. Trying to stable is points. But yeah, I actually kind of am running. I'm gonna run into some iffy actions to score pretty shortly. So that's one slight bummer. But also, I'm running out of points and I'm at 40. I'm already at 42 and I'm at 44 because I'm breeding. Like, I'm 44. I'm fully fed. I'm pretty sure I could do nothing with my next 6 actions and still win this game at this point. I don't think my opponents are hitting 44. So it's just this was a fun game. I mean, childless and late growth is such a monster. Getting 5 food, 3 grain, and 2 veg out of a card is sick. Just really sick. Oh, hey, milk jug. That makes the feeding even easier. That's convenient. Just a couple trickles of food more for me. Here comes Grocer finally. Yeah, Grocer finally from Red. I did forget Red had Grocer. Red at least gets max veggies easily, but I don't know if the rest of the resources help Red much, right? Like, what's Red gonna do? Red can build a BMW? No, I don't know if that matters. I think Red might hit 40-ish too, Draged. Red gets to open Plow Sow with 2 veggies now. Red did get their fencing done. Red's going to grow to a max family. Red might Reno again with Grocer. So I think you're right, Drage. Red's game's pretty on track. Although, again, Red is 20 points behind me, right? Like, they have a lot of good victory point rich actions, and I'm slightly low on victory point rich actions. Okay, sorry. I might not be able to take no actions, right? That I was arguing I could take no actions. I'm still going to take actions, and then clearly I will win. Red's not actually going to beat me. Red might beat me if I literally stop the game now. Yeah. There we go. I agree, Derage. That's fair. I think if I stop now, Red maybe could catch me, but I clearly not stopping now. I have 6 actions. I'm going to use them. So, I'll obviously grow here, and I think I get growth. Red. Oh wait, Teal didn't grow last round though. Well, that's awkward. I mean, Teal still shouldn't grow. Teal should take 4 wood. I should get growth. But if for some reason 4 wood comes to me, I'll take 4 wood and build stables. That's fine. If Red's playing to win, they should block growth. I mean, passing Plow Sow here is very hard for Red, though, right? That's a huge Plow Sow. Take the worst action, see if I win. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grow. Is anyone else Plow Sowing? I think Teal might, right? Teal needs to just plow also. I mean, Teal needs to do a million things. Teal does take the wood. I obviously just take growth. I'll take the boar as my next action, and then I would take sheep here just because they're A points and there's some food. I actually don't know what else I do for points this round. I don't know what I do for points next round. Wow, more clay. 3 clay grab again. These they could have wheeled it. They might have been able to wheel it to edge, right? They maybe had to grow block me and try to wheel Plow Sow. That might have been what they needed to try to do. Although, actually, I wasn't paying attention. Red's food's pretty bad, right? Red has to harpoon this round. No, Red takes the stone. I mean, Red wants to grow, right? Red can just eat 2 boar. Okay, never mind. It's not that big a deal. Teal's fencing. Gosh, I'm really tempted to... Everybody else has boar. I think I actually take the 2 sheep here, purely because I don't have other point moves. This is a point and some food. I don't know if I need the food, to be fair, but this is at least a point, and I don't... If I take boar, Teal's gonna take the sheep. If I take sheep, I think I get the boar back, though. Nobody needs the boar. Nobody wants to take a single cow. Or, it's not single cow. Somebody wants to take single cow. Nobody wants to take single pig. So I think this is what I do. I'm at 46. I breed 2. I'm at 48. I take the pig. I'm already at 50. If I get sow next round, that's 52. If I get grow again, yeah, this game worked very well actually. I'm a little surprised this game went very well. What I mean, a childless was monster again. Childless was 5 grain or not 5 grain, 3 grain, 2 veg, 5 food. Um, that's essentially helped me max my crops with like 1 or 2 sow actions. I am getting a great butter churn. This butter churn is like 6 food at a point. Mantelpiece was net 5 points. That's monstrous. Big Country 4 points, 8 food. Strawberry Patch 2 points, 3 food. So I mean, admittedly, yeah, it's just one of those games. I'm getting great utility out of the cards I chose to play, and I chose to only play one Ock, which is a bit sad, but like it's all you need sometimes. Like it's a monstrous Ock, and the rest of my hand wasn't needed this game. But we were a little tight on food at some parts of our game, but we lived. Uh, Red renovates and does not grow. Plays a BMW as part of feeding. So I mean, Red's losing a lot of value here in the late game. Playing a sleeping quarter and not using it to guarantee yourself 5 family members is sad. We do get the boar back as predicted. Nobody was going to take single boar. So that locks up 50 points. Not taking growth hurts Red there. Yeah, I mean, not taking growth is pretty rough. Like, I get that Red's food was a bit sad, but like, oof. Wow, and Teal doesn't grow again. I missed this, but Purple built a late room and is growing. Teal also didn't grow to 5, so somehow, despite Teal building 5 rooms, well, okay, nobody's beat them to 5 family members yet, but nobody's actually at 5 family members, which is crazy. They could have start player, could have tried Red away in BMW next round. Yeah, I mean, Red's food was bad. Like, I don't know if Red could have afforded. Well, Red could have ate 2 boar in order to grow. They maybe should have done that, right? I don't know for sure. I'm not paying that close attention anymore to anybody's game. I mean, they've all kind of fell apart. Um, this is one of those games that I love, right? I've said this before, but I actually really love double late growth games against bad players because you have to like with few actions, you just have so much fewer abilities to like make up for mistakes. Like you can't get away with taking weaker actions. You have to be really efficient, and I think a lot of players don't have the tempo to handle double late growth games very well. The other thing that went stupidly well for me is I didn't have to start player for my growth, right? I forgot about that. But not having to start player for my growth was huge. I I got to just keep taking 3 wooden plow actions, right? So that's like getting an extra action. I didn't have to start player. So that's like 1 extra action added to my game. I did get a 4 wood action here and there, and then otherwise I did just get 3 wood actions, and it's a game that became very wood tight for some players. They had to really fight for it. I got all my plows on good times. Yeah, I just got Big Country out around 10 still. The Childless, yeah, I guess, yeah. I just had a lot of cards that gave me a lot of value, so it's really shouldn't be a surprise that stuff went so well. Yeah, I got 3 food from butter churn here, and I'm gonna get 3 more. This is like a 7 food butter churn, actually. It's so sick. They could be like you and they forgot about growth. Yeah, that's fair. So one thing actually I do think I should try to submit a report for, right? Or maybe not a report. Well, probably a report, right? So one of the weird things is when you play Sleeping Quarter, the game is pretty nice for you, right? And highlighting actions you can and can't take. But Sleeping Quarter does not light up Urgent Wish for Children for you, right? It leaves it grayed out. I wonder if we could get that updated. Because yeah, I think the fact that it doesn't show you as if it's usable makes people forget about their Sleeping Quarter. And it feels like something that could be fixed pretty easily. So I did wind up with a surplus of food here at the end of the game. I still have 3 more food coming off butter churn, and I got stuff coming in from Strawberry Patch here. So maybe I didn't need the stone oven as bad as I thought, but I also didn't know about the milk jug at the time. That was 2 extra food. I didn't know I'd be taking sheep, which gave me more food. So, yeah, whatever. The stone oven was still fine. I do want sow this round pretty badly, although grow is even better. I obviously take grow. I would like sow. Sowing is 2 points. Growing is 3 points. I really don't have points, so I start the game on an upbeat note, rant about how I should stop playing bad players in the middle and go back to loving the game at the end. Yeah, I mean, Like most games, even Terra Mystica, right? I admit the other problem with me is I really underestimate how far ahead I am. I always look at what my opponents are and I'm like, oh, they're getting away with too much, but they usually aren't. Like, I usually am getting away with plenty. It's just I want my opponents to take terrible actions forever and to gift me everything, but I mean, also some end games just break well. The fact that a sleeping quarter got played and Teal has 5 rooms, I, I've just got uncontested family growth without room in the last 2 rounds. Like that's a huge amount of points in my game. That like I just got 6 points in the final couple rounds without having to fight for it. Like that's pretty super lucky. Like there's no guarantee that was gonna happen either. So um, yeah, I really don't know what else I do for points here though. Like I'm gonna sow again. Sow bake is like a 2 point action. 2 cows are hanging out. I can't use it, but yeah, I agree. It's crazy. Like, right? 2 cows are just chilling. That's a 3 point move. Although Teal took 6 wood. Although, yeah, is 6 wood even good for Teal, right? Like, you can build stables, but I I think 2 cows are better than 6 wood. But yeah, red takes the cows. I mean, red at least more consistently is taking good actions than most of his opponents. So good for him there. I take Sobake here. Teal actually needs to plow. Wow, Teal doesn't plow. Teal really needed to plow, like really badly. Plowing is, I guess nobody's gonna take plow on Teal, but one field is still negative points. He took wood to play major. Uh, I guess that was a 3 point move, so sure, instead of the cows. But I take this 2 point move. We get to resow the grain, so we still max grain this game. I ate 1 raw grain and I baked 2 grain, and I still got to max grain. I mean, God, childless is good. Childless is good to everybody. I hit 55 here in a double, like in a double late growth game. Hitting 55 is pretty sick. I mean, again, Mantelpiece and Big Country help a lot with that, but still, just really, really, really a pretty sick game to make that work. I mean, I have 3 pastures, 4 fields. I've completely maxed crops. I've maxed sheep. I have good cow points. I have great offboard points. So I guess yeah, and I maxed my family. So it's definitely a good path to win. I don't have a lot of path to points here though, right? I probably take 4 clay and try to build clay oven. That's 2 actions for 2 points. It's not clear anybody else is building a major. Red's out of actions. Teal should last action grow. Purple shouldn't build major here, so yeah, I think I can clay oven last action, which is still pretty good. I don't. A 57 in a double late growth game is actually remarkably sick. Like, there's very few actions in a double late growth game, so. Yeah, I'm gonna wheel clay oven here. Teal could block major, but again, Teal didn't plow. Yeah, Teal not plowing actually. Well, purple plowing is very confusing, but Teal not getting a plow is pretty bad. I guess maybe it was how purple was trying to beat Teal, but Teal can grow here. Although, can Teal feed? Teal really messed up their food at the end of the game. Teal can't even eat. Hey everybody, look at that. Junk Room, Wall Builder, and Skullry. Not actually good cards. They don't help you win. Yeah, Teal can't even grow here because Teal's food was so bad. Teal has to take a pig, and it looks like he has to eat both of his pigs in order to get through the harvest. So yeah, his game really wound up pretty bad at the end. But again, this stuff happens as you learn how to play better. It's Agricola is really tricky because there's a lot of cards that just are not very good, and learning to not play them is tough. You're like, oh, I got great use out of this card. Isn't that good enough? But turns out, unfortunately, no. A lot of cards are actually traps. So, if Teal had just built 1 room at a time, they could have gotten a lot better use out of Wall Builder. Maybe they didn't understand the card, possibly, but also like it's really tough to say they should take 1 room at a time, right? Because 1 room at a time means that all they're getting is 4 food, right? Like instead of triple building, they could have spent more actions at the rate of 4 food in action. 4 food in action in a double late growth game is not a good idea, right? Like it's just not that's not efficient enough. Like you can't win the game like that. The other thing that went really well for me, obviously, was the 4 sheep. The whole big country into 4 sheep was super sick. Like 4 sheep was a really strong action. And then I got to start player again, pair of cows. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of things went very well this game, right? To hit 57 and double late growth, a lot of things had to go very well. So I'm probably only going to get like 3 elo for this, which is fair because as I said at the start of the game, it looked like I technically probably should win almost regardless. Red was the only opponent that wasn't like rated 100. Red did put up a game, but it's going to be pretty hard. Am I playing more? Probably not. Maybe. I mean, there's no Packer game, but I'm probably going to go eat some food. Probably should do a couple other life things. I don't know if I'm going to play another game right now. I might play one more this afternoon and stream it, possibly. But we'll see. All right, big old 57. 12 bonus points is funny. I mean, the mantelpiece is really the mantelpiece always gets weird. Yeah, only 5 points in the elite league, which is fair. But yeah, 3-3, 4-4-4, 1-3. That feels good. You know, a lot of farm points, and then not a lot of clay rooms, but hit the big family. Have a decent, like quite a lot of points on cards. Like again, off board points, 17 points off board between all the cards I have is a lot. When you have 17 points off your board, you don't have to find as many points on your farm in order to succeed. So, I mean, that's a bit of how Red's game is good here too, right? Red has 8 points. Purple wound up with only 2. Purple just never, really built improvements. Made it hard for them to feed. Made it hard for them to score. Teal did build. Teal does have points, but like a 2-point tutor in stage 1 is really pretty weak. The house steward, like he built a lot of rooms and didn't max out his family because his feeding was so bad. It's just rough. Like, and then yeah, farm points are real bad, so it's hard to score there too. But oh well, pretty nifty to get points off minors instead of majors mostly. Yeah, I mean, it's it's a rare game where you have the minors that actually give points in this set, right? Like Big Country, Mantelpiece, and Strawberry Patch are some of the better points in the set. Well, especially Big Country Mantelpiece. I mean, Major and Loom are slightly better for points, but Teal did have those. But yeah, I mean, it is sweet to have lots of points here. I mean, both of the ovens were really just kind of late game plays, just for point. Oh, the stone oven partly helped feed me, but again, I wanted with 5 extra food, so like, I didn't super need the stone oven, but again, I think it was hard to know at the time, and whatever. This stone oven was pretty efficient points path, so you love the butter churn and strawberry patch with cards like Childless Big Country. Oh, completely agreed, right? Like butter churn with stuff. If you know you're gonna fence pretty early, butter churn's pretty sweet. Like you spend a wood, and you're gonna get like at least like 4-ish late game food, and a lot of times more like 5 and 6. This game it was 7, right? Like it's pretty fun. Um, Getting 3 food off strawberry patch is not something that I always do, but like being able to start player with strawberry patch in round 11 was pretty sick too, right? Like actually getting the full 3 food and 2 points off that while getting the round 11 start player into round 12. That's nice. But rewarded you for farming when you've got cards that encourage farming, why not? Yeah, I mean my hand was pretty synergistic. The mantelpiece admittedly didn't really have much synergy. It just timed out well with Reno flipping early and that mid rounds I didn't have a lot to do. It was a luxury to be able to take Reedstone Food, take Clay, and Red Mantelpiece, right? I spent my mid game just earning points, right? I spent 3 actions for the Red is 3, the Mantelpiece was 5. I spent 3 actions for 8 points in the mid game. That's honestly, now that I say that, like 3 actions in stage 2 for 8 points, and that's all it was. It's fine. It's pretty good, but a lot of times you can invest those stage 2 actions to really start snowballing. So I wonder if I was supposed to just push the big country even faster. If I just use those actions and push for big country sooner, the game might go a bit better because like I'd also open myself up to a possible late game Reno still instead of ending at Clay. So yeah, I don't know actually, but oh well. I mean, it can't be bad, but earlier big country, I think you just throw away Mantle Piece then, right? Mantle Piece isn't really worth it if you're only like, if it's like 1 stone for like 2 points, who cares? Like, it's not really worth fighting for. But I'm just saying, in the abstract, spending 3 actions in the like stage 2 for 8 points is, it's not clear that that's great. Like, even just plowing in stage 2 and sowing earlier, like, gets my crops accelerating so much more that like that's also like a pretty equivalent to 8 points. So it's tricky, but like the value of a stage 2 action is probably 3 points on average. Like, you should be able to keep investing those actions to help boost your game. So I did mostly hit my point ceiling here. I mean, that's where I think maybe the Reno is still correct. I agree, Deranged, right? Like, the thing is, if I don't run Mantle Piece during those middle game rounds, I might just run out of points at the end, and so that might be the argument for why it's correct. But yeah, I don't know. I instead run out of stone, 2 points less to build majors. Yeah, I mean, possibly, right? That's what I was trying to get at as well, right? Like, if I don't, I really am curious. Like, I don't know. I don't know if the red Mantle Piece part actually was particularly important to the win here. It wasn't bad. Like, I spent 3 actions for 8 points in stage 2. Like, that's just not, that's not bad. That can't be bad. And I got a food out of it, and I got an extra clay out of it. So it was 3 actions plus a food and a clay for 8 points. And that clay later turned out important. So I'm probably questioning it too much. Like, it can't be a bad sequence. I'm just curious if it was like actually the best sequence, but it was very close to the best sequence. Anyhow, yeah, thanks all. Thanks for hanging out, chatting. This was a pretty fast game, at least. Double late growth will help do that. There wasn't many actions. I was fairly speedy for my streaming. Most of the actions were pretty clear, so yeah, I got 35 actions in a double late growth game. Pretty much everybody had the same action count this game, actually, so this is part of why the game went so well. Took a lot of wood. I mean, the thing that really went well is just Childless. Childless is such a monster in a late growth game. Getting all your crops off of a single card is, again, like, I played a card that gave me 3 grain, 2 vegetables, and 5 food. Like, that's an incredible card. And the only thing it cost me is slight awkwardness in the opening. I essentially spent 2 actions in stage 1 in order to play Childless, because I took 2 single read actions instead of like 1 double read action just to guarantee it. So still, even spending 2 actions for 3 grain, 2 veg, and 5 food, I mean, incredible value, so good. Okay, final thing I'm gonna do before ending is I am just curious why I got Childless later in the draft. I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer is just drafted the wrong card, just a player that doesn't know what they should pick. Which is another, huge reason I win this game, right? If I'm at a stronger table, I don't get Childless. And I still find a game, but I mean, I also have to start player for growth. I possibly don't just get to grow in round 8. Like, I mean, so much happened this game. I don't remember. I think it was this player was in front of me, right? Or am I picking the wrong seat? No, this is right. So, wow, yeah. So this pack has Grocer and Childless and crap. So, I mean, I guess whatever. I was always going to wind up with a good card. I was just at a good spot in the draft. Even with against an expert, they might take Childless, and I would have had a Grocer. Grocer with Big Country would have been pretty sick. It would have been great. But what did they pick first here? Did they first pick Pastor? I mean, what do they take here? They also take Skullry first action. Wow, they take Skullry, Pig Breeder. Well, this is just wrong drafting. That happens. Yeah, what card did they take? Yeah, Payton, correct, ranged. They took Pig Breeder, Skullry, and passed Childless and Grocer. Taking Mini Pasture or Strawberry Patch is almost certainly the right call in the minors here also. I mean, again, Strawberry Patch with both Childless and Grocer is really nice. You get your veggies pretty easy. I think this is, to me, this is pretty clear. You take Strawberry Patch and either Childless or Grocer. I mean, that's what I do. I take Strawberry Patch and Childless. Taking Pig Breeder and Skullry is a good way to start making the wrong call. Taking Loom is good. Taking Tutor, less so. But to be honest, this pack sucks, so I don't really care about taking Tutor. I do get lucky with Mantelpiece, but I mean, taking Loom instead of Mantelpiece. I would have had a sick Loom, right? I mean, I had 9 sheep at the end of the game, so I would have had a 4-point Loom. I mean, whatever. Also, Major would have been great for me, so taking Major is the right call here, too. I keep getting good cards, but the rest of his picks have been pretty defensible. But yeah, the Pig Breeder over Childless and Grocer is very bad. Don't do that, but that's okay. Anyhow, we've hopefully learned some stuff, and even what we didn't learn, we hopefully had some fun. It's been a while since I've played like a big country game. I think just having a smooth big country Childless was fun. The final thing I didn't pay attention to is how much elo did I get off that last game. I still did get. Oh no, I got 3. Yeah, 3. That's fair. I mean, played a couple of hundreds. These guys really do play like 100 level players, right? I mean, just they never competitive. This guy, at least has a lot of ideas, just a little behind. So if I'm up for a non-arena game later, you'd be up for it too. Oh yeah, hey, maybe that's actually what I should maybe do. Maybe I'll go post and see if we can get a group together just for a friendly game. That sounds pretty fun. I might try for that. But we'll see. I might stream too. But I also whatever. It's like the end of the month. I have just a couple bills to pay. I should eat. So we'll see what my afternoon turns into. I am seeing doing later too. So that's a lot of what my afternoon's gonna be. But I probably could get one more game in at some point. So we'll see if I stream it or what it is. But yeah. Anyhow, thanks all for hanging out. Thanks all for chatting. It's been a fun stream. See y'all around later.